Digital Arts at Fanshawe College in London, Ontario. This is CFRL News.
CFRL News at 7 p.m. Good evening, I'm Daniel Monroy. Very cloudy and windy right now in London with a high chance of showers at night. Right now in London it's 15 degrees. There is a new poppy project at Fanshawe College. It is a creative and sustainable way to raise money for veterans. Founded 4 years ago, the reporter Dan McCracker expands on this story.
The Poppy Project is a sustainable and interactive program that was created at Fanshawe 4 years ago. Wendy Sperry, founder of the program, tells us how students at the college make the poppies.
It is a project where we are making poppies from seed paper infused with poppy seeds, Flander Field poppy seeds. They are meant to be worn for Remembrance Day and then planted in the garden after and bloom in the spring as a symbol of hope.
She goes on to tell us why it is so important to wear a poppy.
So the poppy is the biggest campaign that the Legion puts on, and this is to raise money for the veterans.
The project also sells kits that allow you to make the poppies yourself. Dan McCracken, XFM News.
The poppies are meant to be worn on Remembrance Day. The presidential campaign is down to the final days, with the candidates making a last push through a few key states right before Election Day. All attention was in Pennsylvania as candidates spent final day campaigning there. American Vice President Kamala Harris and former U.S. President Donald Trump made their last pitch to voters. Polls show Harris and Trump are in a virtual tie in the battleground state of Pennsylvania. London launches anti-hate campaign. The new initiative promotes a culture of respect, understanding the inclusivity named Stop Taller Hating. Sahara Kahawa, anti-hate coordinator in the anti-racism and anti-oppression division at City of London, explains their purpose.
We really wanted to focus on fostering a culture of inclusivity in our city. We're really emphasizing that tolerance alone is not enough and that community action needs to take place to combat hate actively as hate incidents continue to rise.
One of the goals of the campaign is that the website and materials created can raise awareness about the impact of hate and build a safer and more inclusive London. The Diwali Festival of Lights is coming to London. This is an Indian celebration that represents the victory of good over evil. People are celebrating in more eco-friendly ways, such as using candles, creating colorful decoration, and sharing sweets instead of fireworks. These are the opinions from the London community.
It's important to consider the local regulations and regarding fireworks and ensuring a safe and clean environment during Diwali.
Well, initially I had a lot of plans, but right now I got a work to do. I do have a lot of pending assignments. I got deadlines on that. So technically I'm just gonna finish all of my assignments throughout the night. No celebrations, but yeah, I'll try to go to Sikh temple and devote myself.
London is finding ways to celebrate that are kinder to the environment. South Korean military says that North Korea fired a ballistic missile toward the sea. South Korea didn't immediately say about what type of missile it was or how far it flew. This launch came days after North Korea leader Kim Jong-un supervised a flight test of the country's newest ballistic missile. In sports, for the OHL, the London Knights played yesterday against the Owen Sound and won 2-1. The Knights will also play on Wednesday against the Sault Ste. Marie at 7 p.m. For the NHL, yesterday the Toronto Maple Leafs lost 2-1 against the Minnesota Wild. Tomorrow the Leafs will face the Boston Bruins at 7 p.m. The Detroit Red Wings will play on Wednesday the Chicago Blackhawks at 8 p.m. And this Friday the Leafs and the Wings will play at 7 p.m. On the NFL, the Detroit Lions won 24-14 yesterday against the Green Bay Packers, and this result leaves them in position number 1 of the NFS North. We'll be back from a short break with London weather.
We would do anything for our kids. What parent wouldn't? I'm just glad they're still so young, so we can speak in code in front of them. But they must wonder why we're always camping.
Don't let homelessness assumptions get in the way of homelessness solutions. Go to CanadaCanDoIt.ca. Help the Canadian Alliance to End Homelessness.
London weather. This week in London will be very gray and cloudy. It's going to be windy tonight with a light chance of showers and a low of 16. Tomorrow is going to be more of the same, but with a high of 23 and low of 12 at night. Right now in London it's 15 degrees. I'm Daniel Monroy, and we'll have more news at 8 p.m.